Literally, enter the political race. So, a lot of Chapter 12 was trying to find a candidate to run against. Kume is his last name. The Bleach Japan guy who's crossed our path a few times. And we've beaten him senseless twice. But the grand plan is to have Ichiban run in the election. Not to win, but just to get close to the other candidate. In doing that, it will allow him to get close to the governor. So that's the ultimate villain in the game so far, or at least as far as I know. There could be, reveals later on, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I don't know if I need to heal first. Didn't really think too far into that. Maybe let's book it over there. Do a couple fights on the way and then heal up after. We can always just swap these folks with lower health out of the rotation as well. So let's do that. These dudes aren't at a very high level anyway. So satisfying clearing a crowd like that. I guess this one. Don't even need to time that properly. And since we're about to heal anyway, we can do that. That's borderline bullying. Lighting off that attack. Yeah, it's level 36 enemies now. But hey, it's cool to feel powerful. God knows we didn't have that happen in Chapter 12. Peepo clap. Peepo claps for Rude Weirdo. How's your day going, Rude? Glad you could make it. Oh, hey. She knows a fantastic investment opportunity that might interest her. Probably not. Going good? How's yours? You know what? Pretty good. I didn't really sleep very much at all last night, but I think we've stabilized. I had a little nap before the stream, so I think we'll be okay. But yeah, I feel like I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. Did I eat in this place? You know what? We're gonna eat everything here. We've got $5 million or yen. Sorry, not dollars. What am I talking about? Although we don't get any style points for that now because of since we kind of slammed down the scalp cleanser or whatever it was. Uh-oh.
まあここはフレンチ店だからな。知ってるわよ、さっきも飲んだし。でも今私は日本酒が飲みたいのよ。ちょっと一番買ってきてよ。カップ酒でもいいから。うわ、なんかめんどくさい感じになってる。つかカップ酒とか買ってこれるわけねえだろ。じゃあ作ってよ日本酒。ここで待ってるから。むちゃくちゃ言うなよ。たくん、ほら、この水でも飲んでちょっとは良い。
She's drunk off her ass on wine.
って寝てるし。自由すぎるだろう、さっちゃん。
Who needs sleep? I mean, functional people, I guess. By the way, they moved the Better Twitch TV button to the normal Twitch emote button, so it's more convenient. That is fantastic news. Oh. So is everybody drunk? No, I was gonna say we're only half drunk. Sorry, Adachi, you're in my way. You know, the other thing we should have done, I could probably just really quickly taxi over to it, was check out what stock Camelop had. Yeah, there's a taxi here. This won't cost us much. Quick detour. I'm just curious if there's any more weapons I need to get, especially because of, like, the sword that June has. Who's this guy? You know, you carry yourself like the president of a company. So you say. So I think it's safe to assume you're interested in ways to grow your money. Wait till you hear the investment opportunity I've got. $412 million? Are you nuts? No, Ossifer. I'm not drunk. I only had 3 beers and a mojito. Why are you asking me questions? Anyways, are you a cop? Basically psycho. God. I went to a very dark picture. Let's not play house. Alright, what do we have? Oh, we can call Daigo Dojima as a pound mate. For 50 pieces. And Watase. Damn, he's got some sweet tats. We never got to see that under his clothes before. Alright, so we need 50, but those are the 2 new things here. We already got the Sakura Storm, which is currently equipped. Cool. I ain't got time for you. Got important political campaign things to do right now. What are you doing, Adachi? You seem to be having some problems. Oh, he's almost there. He's almost wiggled his way out of it. You can do it. There he... Oh, no. No. I think he's stuck permanently. Oh, no. Alright, we gotta attack to get him out of this. What drunk assness did I join? No, Adachi just... He was really, really feeling that pull in more ways than one. We were actually on our way to put ourselves into the election. I was just checking on Camelot since it had new stock. Just walked into a very interesting situation the game did not know how to handle. That's all. Oh, actually, speaking of drunkenness, we went into the French restaurant and ordered the entire menu. And Psycho was complaining about not having sake and yelling at Ichi to make her sake on the spot or go get it for her. And then she just passed out. Fun little piece of dialogue. I always forget that. My phone can't be on that side. If it is, it actually causes some electronic interference. All right. So let's go run for office. Rip 3 million. That was exhausting. If I had to sign one more form, I swear. Never imagined there could be that many. Well, of course. You're not exactly running for student council. I'm just glad we made it in time. Did you see that guy's face? He was about to snap. Well, nobody likes a last-minute arrival, but it worked out, thankfully. Don't act like it's over. Paperwork is just the beginning. Tomorrow we hit the campaign trail. But I'm only running to get close to Kume. I don't actually have to campaign, do I? You do, actually. Kume and the rest of society don't recognize you as a candidate. The plan will all fall apart. Ah, she's right. How am I supposed to even campaign, though? I don't have an election van or even a megaphone. Then you better get figured out. I'm with Sachan. You gotta take this seriously. We'll figure it out tomorrow. This is a future Ichiban problem. Sneaky boy over here. Omi bodyguard boy. I don't even think he's got a name. Alright, so we will go back to survive to close this off. Is there anything we need to do first? I feel like there was. But I'm just not coming up with it. Otherwise, we're just going to scoot on over there. Secondary thought. Maybe let's go check. Let's go check the grocery store. I've been meaning to look for toilet paper for the guy in the park bathroom. No, she had in it. Wait, didn't I already talk about your investment opportunity? None of the investment opportunities have been worth it. I've tried like one of them where it said it was like a 50-50 shot, and it still failed out. Oh, see another crest. It's actually a lot easier to hunt for these at night. That group of dudes just disappeared. I was at like 28, I think. It's at 31. Nameless katana. Doubt it's better than the one I got, but we can always have a look. Anyway, I totally got distracted from what I was actually trying to do. Withdraw money. Who does that? Well, this is a convenience store, not a grocery, so we might not be able to find toilet paper here. Other. Nope. Seedlings. Whole other set of random things. Out of my way. Pharmacy? Maybe the pharmacy has toilet paper. We're kind of in the general direction of the objectives anyway, so it all works out. Could beat up some random people at the same time. Wrestle boys. Tag team heat buster. I haven't seen this attack yet, so we're gonna do it. It's interesting that his bat changes. I don't know what model of bat that is. I'm wondering if that's like the Ultima weapon. Certainly looks like it could be. This doesn't matter. So nice that we have an electricity effect on the bat now. Alright. The burning question. Do they have the toilet paper we need? That's a negative Ghost Rider. Liquid nitrogen spray. Scalp D we don't need. We're styled to the max. You know what it feels like now that hold on, I need to... You know what it feels like now that since I can't, for some reason I can't process that sentence. I don't know why. I feel like you're trying to say, you know what it feels like being powerful since we beat those two bosses. I feel like that's what you're going for, or at least that's what I'm understanding there. Do we even need the Giga Swing? Wait, you got killed by the car? Fantastic. Oh, okay, I get it. What do we do? I mean, yeah, technically, I'm sure there's going to be an even bigger badass waiting for us soon. Just when we get cocky, I think that's when the game kicks into high gear. It's like, oh, you thought you were good? No, you're not good. What is this? Kume must be kicking up his campaign up a notch. Guess they already found out I'm running. Saves me the trouble of having a campaign strategy. You think this is a good thing? Now the whole town's gonna know about your criminal record. Don't worry about it, man. I wasn't planning on hiding the truth anyway. Takabe. See, they already have you in their sights. Takabe-san. Our chairman would like you to have something. Chairman Oshino? What would that be? This beauty. It's an old car we were using to sell things out of. But you can use it as your election van. For real? We can give it a microphone and a loudspeaker. We dug those out of one of our strip club's warehouses. Very fitting for Ichiban. This should give you at least the bare minimum of legitimacy. Kume can't run from you now. Appreciate it, man. Now we're talking. Well then, should we pay Kume a visit? He's scheduled to give a speech at Hamakita Park today. Nice. This time we'll corner him and make him take us to the young master. Good luck. Dude just shows up in a fancy suit, drops off a van. Well, let's just get in the car and roll over to Hamakita Park when we're ready. But first, we can day drink. Why would we not join her for a drink?
助かってるのは俺の方さ。さっちゃんがいねえとおっさんだらけでむさ苦しくてしょうがねえよ。それにしっかり者のさっちゃんがいるから俺も安心して前へ進めるんだ。こちらこそありがとうよ。さっちゃんみたいな素敵な女性に出会えて本当に良かったって思ってんだぜ。
やだ、一番口説いてるの？もう酔っ払っちゃった？
酔っ払わねえと本音を言えねえほど繊細な男じゃねえさ。
ねえ、一番は彼女とかは作らないの？
え？
いや、別にそんなに興味があるわけじゃないけど、ちょっと気になったから。
そうだな。もちろん欲しいっちゃ欲しいけど、今それよりもやらなきゃならねえことが山ほどあるからな。全部片付けて落ち着いたら彼女とのんびりするなんてできたら最高だな。ま、俺みたいなバカで無所上がりの男と付き合ってくれるような子いねえと思うけどよ。
そう？私は一番はモテると思うわよ。魅力的に思う子は多いと思う。
そうか？本当に？ガキの頃からモテた試しがないぜ。
一番が鈍感だから気づいてないだけじゃない？ま、癖はあるけど卑下する必要はないわ。一番はだいぶマシな方よ。もっとダメな男は世の中に5万といるわ。自信持って。
さっちゃんにそう言ってもらえると心強いぜ。てか、さっちゃんはどうなんだい？
私？
なあ、彼氏とかさ。さっちゃんモテるだろうから2、3人いてもおかしくねえと思うけど。
人を浮気者みたいに言わないでよ。
いやいや、そういう意味じゃなくて、さっちゃん魅力的だからよ。狙ってる男なんてそれこそ5万といそうだな。 と思ってよ。
まあね、いいよって来る人はそこそこいるわ。でも今は特定の人と付き合ってはいないわね。
そうなのか。
Ooh, oh god. Well, we did save, right? So, we managed to screw this up. It shouldn't matter. Square, X, or circle? Is there anyone? I feel like we should just be direct, right?
もしかして誰か好きなやつでもいるのか。
どうかしら。自分でもよく分かってないけど、まあそうなのかもね。
へえ、さっちゃんから好かれるなんて羨ましいな、そいつ。な、どんなやつなんだ。
とりあえずバカね。
バカ。
バカでガサツで死ぬほど鈍感、男友達とつるんで騒いでばっかりいるようなやつよ。
最悪じゃねえかそいつ。
最悪。でもね、いいところもあるのよ。熱くて仲間思いで、自分がどれだけ傷つくことになってもためらわずに誰かのために体を張れる。ガサツで乱暴に見えることもあるけど、本当はすっごい優しい人なの。
へえ、かっこいいじゃねえか。さっちゃんが惚れたんならきっといいやつなんだろうな、そいつ。
そうね。
Take a hint, Ichi.
飲みすぎたかな。なんだか眠くなってきたぜ。
飲みすぎよ。慢性的に疲れてるだろうし、ちょっと上で休んだら。
そうだな、少しだけ休むわ。なかなか起きてこなかったら叩き起こしてくれ。
了解。本当に死ぬほど鈍感なやつ。もう毛布もかけないで風邪ひくわよ。本当にバカなんだから。
さっちゃん。
一番
さっちゃーん。
どうしたの？
さっちゃん、あれ、キスはあれれ。
何寝ぼけてんのよ。なかなか起きないから起こしに来たわよ。
そっか、夢か。そうだよな。
一体どんな夢見てたのよ。
いや、すごくいい夢さ。
そう、おめでたい人ね。
なんだ、夢か。はあ。 や寝た寝た。おかげですっきりしたわ。しかしリアルな夢だったな。
おい春日、顔を洗ってこい。
え？
寝起きだろう。顔を洗った方がいい。
わかったよ。ちょっくら洗ってくるわ。
あいつどんな夢を見たんだろうな。
そう、どんな夢かしらね。
It was real. We did it. There we go. Ichiban's too stupid to realize it, though. He'll never know. So basically, it really got us. So basically, it's like I would assume any other options like that are interchangeable, to where the game just kind of keeps rolling no matter what. So that being said, there's probably one for Eri as well, because she is like even more like overt in showing it. So, yeah. And then actually now I'm thinking about it, you can give flowers to other people, so you could probably do some of them or all of them. And by do them, I mean as in do their romance options. Whatever that results in, cheat on everyone. Well, if it's anything like the Witcher 3 logic, is if you continue romancing Triss and Yen, then you get screwed in the end, and they all find out. Never mind, nopers. I mean, maybe just 2. Maybe just 2. I don't know. We could see. But since we're here, I think we're gonna hit the campaign trail. What do you mean, wow? You suggested it first.
これは敵に一歩先回りされてしまったようですね。どういうことだ？どうやら我々の作戦はクメサイドに気づかれたようです。つまり春日さんが先方に近づけないようにする気でしょう。え？クメが春日さんとの握手に応じなければならないのは、あくまで春日さんがけなげな泡沫候補であることが条件です。そこでクメはあなたを悪役に仕立てて、その条件を変えようとしてるんでしょう。なるほどね。そんならこっちもおめえ返上と行こうじゃねえか。 お集まりの皆様、私がただいま紹介に預かりました春日一番です。
おい、あいつが春日だ。カメラ回せ。
マジ人殺し？あれが人殺しなの？
あいつが立候補。やばくね？人殺しだったよ、人殺し。
いやー、さすが有力候補の久米さんは器が違うな。こんな無名の俺を宣伝してくれちゃうんだもんね。おかげで知名度も一気に伸びるってもんです。ありがとうございます。皆さんご覧ください。あのふざけた態度。あれが立候補者としてあるべき姿でしょうか。選挙は前科者のお祭りではありません。前科者、つまり法を犯した者はこういうとこに立っちゃならんと。それがご不満だと。もちろんそうだ。確かに俺は18年間刑務所にいたい。でもな、どんな前科があろうが立候補できることは法律に書いてあんだ。現に俺の立候補届は受理されたからこの場に立ってんだ。俺がここに立つのを否定するってことは法律を否定するってことだよな。なあ、法律大好きな久米ちゃんよ。法律を否定するということではなく、ま、法律だって完璧なもんじゃねえってことだろ。そうですね。でもおかしいな。あんたらブリッジジャパンは散々法律に従えって言ってきたよな。完璧じゃねえものにどうやって従えばいいんだ。矛盾してんだろ。それはじゃあその矛盾の判断は個々の判断でってか。そう、それです。だからそれがグレーゾーンだっつうの。久米さんよ、誰だって法律に従って正しく生きたいさ。でも法律が完璧じゃねえように人間も完璧じゃねえ。どっちにも矛盾がある。あんたの言う通りさ。人間、ちょっとした間違いから下り坂を転げ落ちることもある。この町に流れ着いた時の俺がまさにそうだった。そして俺は助けられた。でもそれは法律に助けられたんじゃねえ。法律の矛盾の隙間で生きてる人たちに助けられたんだ。彼らの全員が望んでグレーゾーンに生きてるわけじゃねえ。そうならざるを得なかった奴らばっかりなんだ。でもあいつらお天道様の下で頑張って胸張って生きてんだ。あいつらだって俺だって法律も大事だけどもっと大事なもんもいっぱい知ってるぜ。法律のために人がいるんじゃなくて人のために法律があるんじゃねえのか。その順番ってのが大事なんじゃねえのか。久米さんよ、
春日の言う通りだ。俺は胸を張ってお前を支持する。
私もだよ、一番。
俺はだ、春日に投票するぞ。頑張れよ一番、応援するぞ。俺たちは春日の味方だ。久米なんかに負けんじゃねえぞ。
久米さん、俺はあんたに恨みがあるわけじゃない。今日からお互い堂々と選挙戦を戦おうぜってことでよ。今からそっち行くから一つ握手でもしようや。
撤収！撤収だ！おい待てって。おいちょっと久米さん、まだ演説が途中ですよ。待ってください久米さん。
こうして突発的に始まった論戦は有力候補の久米陣営が撤退する形で幕を閉じました。
The people's champion.
前科あり元極道という異例の春日候補は早速 SNS を中心に話題となっております。
役に立たない奴らばかりだ。久米といい、お前といい。こんなざまになってるのも 全てはお前の不始末の結果だ。沢城、お前ここんとこ様子がおかしいぞ。で、報告ってのは？
新体制の件ですが、しばらくは東京未連合という仮の野合で動くことになりました。当座の兵隊と資金も問題ないかと。今後は各ポストの人事を。
お前偉そうに言ってるが会長にでもなったつもりか？
いえ。
お前が荒川組でそれなりの地位についたのは決して実力じゃない。周りが俺の顔色を伺ってお前を持ち上げただけだ。お前は昔から金魚の糞みてえに俺の後をついてきただけだからな。俺も昔のよしみで情けをかけてきたが、東京近江連合は違う。会長に据えるのは実力のある人間だ。お前にその器があるのか？
はい、そのつもりです。
だったら24時間以内にこいつの弾を取ってこい。もしもしくじったらどうなるか、お前ならわかるよな。
Kume should be giving a speech in front of Jinai Station today. Alright, today's the day we get him for sure.
Nah.
Shouldn't we leave the van behind, though? If he realizes we're coming, he'll cut his speech short and bail. Like a little beta boy he is. Good point. Let's go on foot so we don't stand out. Literally use the same logic against him that we've been doing the entire game. And yet he can't, he couldn't deal. Great speech yesterday. Oh wow, we're popular now. Oh. Say, I saw an item in there. I don't even want to attack these dudes, but I mean, we have to. We could run, but that wouldn't be very fun. All right, what do you have? Reckless charge. How about that? Gotten stronger. Peepo clamp. We've gotten stronger and our weapons are much improved. The Rocky 4 montage worked. It was the Rocky 4 montage along with shit talking the bosses while fighting them. All culminated in finally winning that damn fight. All right. Onward we go. Everybody wants a piece. I think I already went here for... Yeah, I already went here for trying to look see if there was toilet paper, so... It's pretty cool that the streets are lined with people that want to see me now. No, you all stand in a line. Or not. Fine. You all can resist it. You're gonna die. Hey, 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 hey. You know what? Get sworn by pigeons. No one hits Idol Queen and lives. Except for Saejima and Majima. Since we literally can't kill them. Nope, not that way. This way. Strong to the finish. So you must. I eats me spinach. On Namba the Magic Man. What a nice rhyme. Also, hello, Craft. Or should I call you the fella from down under? Instantly all I thought about when I saw the eye patch. True. I don't think we need to do anything special. Pretty sure we can one-shot most of these people. Maybe not. Those have been ambitious. Get blocked. Wow, that was some great blocking by me. Yeah, President, thank me. You should feel privileged. Yeah, we gave you nuclear submarines, or we all agreed to allow Australia to have nuclear submarines. Facilitated directly by Kraft. There he is, at it again. Don't let his staff see us coming. I'll get in front of the media to make him shake my hand. They'll have no way to avoid me that way.
Nah.
But then what? I'll suggest we make amends about yesterday and pull him into the van. Then I've won. Well, be careful. Looks like they've got more eyes than we thought. Man, these dudes are out of the woodwork.
Oi.
Sure you want to do this? This guy's a candidate, just like Kume. If you raise a hand against him, don't you think it'll damage Kume's reputation? Got some bad news for you. We ain't part of Kume's campaign, and we don't live in Kanagawa. Try all you want. Nothing's gonna trace us back to Kume. He's now confused Omi Alliance, remember? Wow, you guys thought this through. Let's not stand here admiring them. If we don't hurry, Kume's going to get away again. What's the rush? Your campaign's going down in flames. Because you'll all be dead. Alright, you know what? If there's this many enemies on the board, needed to be done. Finish him. Oh, boo. I mean, cinematically, that was better. HP 20 due to job rank up. Very nice.
よし、まだクメは俺らに気づいてね
Kume still hasn't noticed us after we beat the shit out of like 8 people.
무슨 일이지? 뭐라고?
何卒よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。何卒よろ。
え。よ
春日だ。春日候補が来てるぞ。カメラ回せ。論戦だ。昨日の論戦の続きですか、春日候補。
う。いや、昨日はクメさんの上げ足を取ってすまねえと思ってな。今日は和解をしに来たんだ。
和解の必要など。
マスコミの目がある前じゃなんですから、二人っきりで話しましょうか。うん、それがいいですね。じゃ、クメさんの選挙カー、お邪魔しますね。
はいはい。こっから先はちょっと勘弁してくださいね。
春日さん、どうした？
星野会長の命が狙われています。
はあ、
今日、清流会に襲撃があると、コミジルへ闇情報が入ったんです。的は星野会長。ソンヒも清流会に異変があるようだと言っています。
So that's Sawashiro's target.
狙われてる。
久米も青木亮も、今は後回しにすべきかと。
また来るぜ。清流会でトラブルだ。急ぎらしい。
え？おい、なんだよ。クメはもういいのかよ。
Nope. This actually works out. So yeah, nuclear subs just what we need to protect this dump. I've said this before, but the Japanese had a whole map of how they were going to settle the country after they won the war and invaded. It doesn't take a cartographer to see the folly in that thought. Our stance was just giving them the top half of the country if they did invade. So Scott Morrison wanting nukes just shows the type of idiot we have in charge. But I mean, you have a geriatric and the UK has that thing, so we're in good company. It's all commiseration here. That's really what it is at the end of the day. ScoMo. It took me a second. I didn't realize that's what you guys called him. Wait, can we just taxi over here? Scotty from marketing. Yeah, I saw that in the... I saw that in one of the YouTube comments or whatever from today. Thought that was pretty funny. Biden's what, Sleepy Joe? I don't think not many people really call him that, but man's a bellend. Yeah, so with the like I said, with my extremely limited knowledge on Australian politics, that came through clear as day. Is that a lot of the people think he's an idiot. It's the fella from down under. No, Kraft is the fella from Down Under. Because he's more important than Scott Morrison in my book. Should I really run all the way down here, or are we at the point? Are we at the point in the game where we just start fast traveling? You know, on second thought, it gives me more time to talk, so we'll like it. Anyways, gotta go V. No more day drinking, unless you know. So wait, are you endorsing cheating on Sachan? Is that what I hear right now? Although, honestly, Ichi doesn't even know. To him, it was all a dream. Well, if I don't catch you, I should say, have a good night, Rudy. If you're streaming, have a good stream. Unless it's more Sachan. All right, fair enough. Tonight will remain true. No promises past that. We'll see what we'll see where we get to by the end of the story. If we're still like messing around with side content at that point. Should I heal here or wait, hold on. Nope. Can't open a map because I'm not outside. The Highball Tavern. We'll heal there. I did think it was all Fox News when they were going on about Biden being all Alzheimer-y, showing him forgetting his way back to the White House, etc. But then to forget literally on one of two names of your biggest allies, then I realized there's at least some thread of truth there. Yeah, it's overblown, absolutely. But that is like that's a normal thing for Biden to forget people's names like that. This is not first, second, or third time this has happened. He's literally an old man. Oh shit. Actually, this should work. Oh, we got all three. Awesome. As a politician, names are your weapon. It's true. And, you know, being called a fella from down under is actually like a huge insult in a way. Like that's what and if you're talking about like commercial products and stuff, like when you don't mention your competition, it's kind of the same thing, except for they're not competing, more or less. I mean, if you guys are all standing in one spot. I mean, Skoa deserves it, but seriously not a good look. Agree. We didn't need to heal. Brain that dude with the rock. Yeah, we absolutely did. Oh god, the Soji.
お掃除してくれる姿が本当に可愛くて、掃除が自由に動けるようにしてあげたいので、先に部屋の片付けをしてからスイッチを入れるんです。
That's called blunt force trauma.
でから家の中がピッカピカですよ。
それソージーのおかげなの？
まあ結果的に片付いてるならいいんじゃね？
Thanks, Soji.
いらっしゃいませ。
I can't remember if we cleared this place out before. Probably don't want to get hammered before we do that. All of these highballs look delicious. I would be in trouble. We briefly touched on, like, it'd be awesome to go to Japan. I would be in trouble drinking highballs all day.
ありがとうございました。
You guys good back there? Gosh, this is like, I don't even want to waste my MP on these dudes. But we will. I mean, that's only slightly... No, it's actually... Is that better or worse than a baseball bat? Or a staff? The rock feels so much more personal. Literally caving people's heads in. Alright, we're gonna save because we've especially learned our lesson now with how this game operates. Because once you enter a quote-unquote dungeon, you typically can't leave. Uh-oh. There's Takabe back there.
Takabe no kashira.
春日。
撃たれたのか？
近江連合だ。銃を持ったのが一人、他に約10人。親父とこに向かった。親父が
会長の部屋？笛だな。
頼む、急いでくれ。来よったのう、春日。
近江連合。
会長は？
そこでもうちょい待っとき。まだお掃除が済んどらんのや。
なんだと？てめえら、ざけんじゃねえ！調子のっとっちゃうだ。俺の番ね。
Came back to Fox News Council. Where did I go wrong? See, where you went wrong is you even walked away at all. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? We were talking about what a great idea it is to give Australia nuclear submarines. specifically Prime Minister of Australia, Scott Morrison. And Boris Johnson, that for that matter. Yes, yes, slice your teammates. For my amusement. Boris, who votes for a Boris? Yeah, I feel like you would be at a disadvantage. It's like people are like, that sounds Russian. But I'm sure the Brits make fun of him just as bad. Man got sliced. Really only an issue for Americans? Might be. To me, Boris just sounds like a stupid name. Or I think of GoldenEye. Oh, shit.
Ichi. あんたが会長を。
お前はいつだって遅えんだ。使いに行かせてもしのぎに行かせても。
なんで星野会長を。
偉人さんにはこれがとどめになる。清流会トップのこのじいさんがこのグレーゾーンのブレーンで偉人長にとっての支えだったからな。あとはほっといても勝手に崩れ落ちる。若はそうお考えだ。
若もあんたも何を怖がってんだ。今さら星野会長を消さなくったってあんたらはもう勝ったも同然だったろ。飛ぶ鳥を落とすって青木亮がなんだって今さらこんなことを。
お前のせいだと言ったらどうする？
何？
おい、一番
なんてな。この選挙区が若にとってどれだけ大事なのかお前も知ってるはずだ。なのに殺しの前科持ちのくせに衆院選に立候補なんだ。悪ふざけにも程がある。若はお前が目障りなんだよ。
俺が当選するのが怖いとでも。
冗談言うな。万に一つもねえだろ。
じゃあなんで星野会長を襲った？
若はな、万に一つもねえもんでも目障りなもんは許せねえんだ。
だったら俺を殺せばいいでしょう。
そうできりゃしたさ。だがお前は随分人目を引いてくれた。今殺しの的にするにはタイミングが悪すぎだ。
だから代わりに会長を？
ああ。お前の後ろ盾は偉人さんの連中だけだ。今お前に手を出せない以上、やれることで最も効果がある選択をしたまでさ。
若は何かをやるとき裏から手回さずにはいられねえのか。絶対負けねえように保険かけずにはいられねえのか。いつからそんなになっちまったんだよ。俺はあんたらには取るに足らねえゴミみてえなもんだろ。なのになんでそこまでやる必要があんだよ。どうなってんだあんたら。
やつさんを殺したのもあんたなのか。
さあな、もうどうでもいいだろそんなことは。
さわしろ。ふん。
白黒つけようぜ、一。
くそ、なんか持ち出しやがって。
Just had to pull out a weapon.
何を恐れることはねえさ。
What, I mean, what do you have in your hand, Ichi? What do you
そうだ
mean?
けど多分勝てたのは運が良かったからだ。それに沢城の頭は武器を操らせたら最強なんだい。
なるほど。いずれにしてもこの戦いはきつそうってことか。
なあ、殺しの荒川組の若頭だ。ヤバそうな気配がしたら無理して突っかかるなよ。
了解。
俺の番ね。
You can get elected under any name. That wasn't the point. It was more so that there's people who are going to take it the wrong way and be dumbasses and be like not vote for somebody on the premise of that. I think that was the entire point. But anyway, let's beat some Sawashiro ass. Let's try fire first. We're gonna run through the list of elements here. Yeah, no, that's all I was saying. Okay, he's weak to the money slap. How about lightning? Lightning works. Oh god, he's in the stance. We don't need to heal just yet. Maybe we do. Lowers attack and defense. Lowers attack. Let's try a little debuff action. Give him the ultimate stack slap. Alright. Time to heal everybody. We don't need full heals. We just need magical song. Please don't die. Thank you. I'm wondering... We should probably tag Nanba out for... Either Sho or Jun has... blunt attacks, or... Nice block, Ichi. Is Nanbo's thing a bubble wand? It could be. It was like a motherfucking WoW priest staff a moment ago. It's too elegant. I don't know. It could be some high-class bubbles. Let's just stop your bleeding. What? Did he? Did he just attack, like, out of turn? Or did he attack just because I... Probably because I healed. How about poison? Phase 2. Alright. So he switched from sword to cane, so...
西洋の常術だ。想像？なんでそんなの知ってんだ？
So different damage type.
俺、最初に傘を持って戦っていたろ。あれはな、拾った古本に載ってた武術の影響だ。
あれと今頭がやったのが同じ武術なのか？
まあ、俺のはさておき、さっきの沢城の動きを見て、その本に書いてあったことが理解できたよ。
本物ってことか。
Man, from fighting Sawashiro in the beginning of the game to this is like astronomical power level difference. Perfect guard. Let's try... I mean, the ultimate sack slap is what he was weak to, so I mean... If he's still weak to it, then we're gonna keep doing it. Ow. Time for heals. So the power lift didn't do anything. The shield blast. Then what would? The peppermill blow? Damn it, what are you... Stop hitting Ichiban. That actually did decent damage, so good to know. Stop that. Hey, you're not supposed to hit her there. Yeah, 700 damage. I'll happily take that. I was still waiting for him to pull out a worse attack. But it could be just because we're at level. Yeah, we're just gonna keep doing it. Ooh. That looks so ridiculous. Hey, yeah, Majima prepares you for the worst. So all that leveling is worth it, is what you're saying. Just try his pound mates. You know what? Let's do that. That's a good suggestion. Demon Fire Rain? Why not? Actually, what's better? Raging Tiger Cyclone. Rolls down all enemies. Yeah, let's get Goro in here. Of course. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage.
そうね。折れた刃物を直に握ってるし。
So a broken blade and a broken cane.
いよいよ頭の本気中の本気ってことだな。
He's so cool.
気をつけて
Yeah,
くれ
Majima,
よ。
it's like he has his own, he should have his own anime if he doesn't. I'm surprised if he doesn't have any sort of like one-off. Gradually recovering? Fuck that. I'm gonna need you to not do that. How about lower that defense? Nope. Kicking absolutely nothing. Alright, we might need to tag Show in here, back for Adachi. Still get good utility out of Jun. As long as we stay ahead of his healing. He has murderous intent. Sounds fantastic. The other thing we could have tried potentially would be to silence him, but I don't know if that counteracts. Ooh, okay. Suppressed his bloodlust. I don't remember that move. Was that cool? All right, June. We got area on the board. She just has some other attacks as well. Do it again. I feel like we should just heal. Let's heal Ichiban. Can't have anything bad happening here. You know what? We have another free one. Oh, firstly, yeah, since he doesn't have a skill up to recover from KO. Gotta use the free ones.
気で行かせてもらうで。
Goro's attack was better, but that was pretty cool still. Alright. Sexy pose him again. Basically, we have to do more than 1,000 damage per turn on him. Does Jackpot? Lucky Punch works too. Oh, I forgot. Never mind. What am I doing? He's already dead. Yeah. Well, yeah, we didn't have the, oh gosh, what's it called? Yeah, whatever skill it was that we used in the battle against Majima to survive a KO hit. Old Dragon Quest rules. Anyone can get KO'd, but the hero gets KO'd. Everyone can have full health, still game over. Yeah, Peerless Resolve. I wanted to say it was Resolve. I'm like, Boundless Resolve. Like, I was like going through it in my head, but yeah, I believe you are correct. Stop it. He's already dead. I don't know. I feel like he's going to come back. Ichiban can't kill anybody. We've already established that in the lore, apparently. He's Batman.
Kashira, 何やってんだよ。あんた、俺の知ってる沢城城は何でも考えなしに人の言うこと聞く男じゃなかったぜ。たとえ若の命令でもな。どんな理由があっても荒川のおやっさんを殺すなんてこと。俺には若の命令が絶対なんだ。あの人を守るのが俺の生きる道だ。俺にはおやっさんを守ることが生きる道だったんだ。そうだよな。よく知ってるよ。頭。荒川の親父を殺したのは俺じゃねえ。でも俺のことが目障りで若に命令されたんじゃ。命令はされたさ。は？若の命令に逆らったのは後にも先にもあれっきりだ。俺に荒川真澄は殺せねえ。もうとっくに人手なしの俺にもただ一つその命令だけは飲めなかった。飲めるわけがねえ。やっぱり沢城の頭も親さんのこと。違う。極道が都政の親を殺せねえって言いてんだろ。違うんだ。え？その理由を俺は若にさえ、いや誰にも話したことがねえ。どういうことですか？俺が荒川真澄を初めて見たのは杯を受けるよりもう少し前のことだった。15の頃だ。俺はどこにも居場所がねえ。どこにでもいるガキだった。あの頃の俺はカムロ町でひたすら喧嘩に明け暮れてた。金もねえ、未来もねえ。家に帰りゃアル中の親父に殴られる毎日だった。そういう状況で支えになるのは結局行き場のない人間たちだけだった。
彼女のことはもう名前も思い出せねえ。とにかくその女と二人で先行きの見えないままごと暮らしを始めた。そして彼女が俺のガキをはらんだと告白した時にはもう下ろすこともできねえ時期になっていた。どうすんだよおい、俺らに育てられるわけねえのに。いつか間違って流産でもすりゃいいと俺たちはそうやって日増しにでかくなる花を見て見ぬふりして病院にも行かなかった。でもガキは生まれちまった。あの娘が出産したのはデパートのトイレだった。俺が道路工事のバイトをしてる最中にたった一人で産んだらしい。
どうしよう。
全部なかったことにする。都合の悪いことは見えないところに追いやってしまえばいい。それまでもずっとそうやって生きてきた。あの頃の俺らには違う生き方を教えてくれる大人はそばにいなかった。だから
地獄に落ちちゃうね、私たち。絶対に。
今さらなんだよ。俺はもう全部忘れた。いやー寒い、早く帰ろうぜ。
やっぱり私戻る。
ふざけんな、もういいだろ。忘れろよ。
嫌だよ、戻らなきゃ。
あ、おい、よせって。
離して
くそ。
あのロッカー、あの人なんであそこを開けようとしてるの？
赤ん坊がいるって気づいた。でもなんで？俺でもよかったんじゃねえか。いいんだよ。あとはあいつが面倒見てくれるって。なんだか知んねえけど助かったんだよな。これでよかったんだよ。
おいおい、大丈夫かよ。しっかりしろ。
どけー。
じゃあ親様、あんたの赤ん坊ってことは、その赤ん坊は
荒川雅人、若だ。
若はあんたの息子。
お前も親父に聞かされたんだろう。大晦日の夜、親父は女と子供を氷川興産に狙われて赤ん坊の受け渡しをロッカーでやることになっていたことを。でもその時まさかもう一人別の赤ん坊がコインロッカーにいるとは思わなかった。思うはずねえよな。だから聞こえてきた赤ん坊の泣き声を頼りに親父は間違ったロッカーをこじ開けちまったってわけだ。 あの夜から5年、俺の興奮な女はもうそばにはいなかった。でも荒川真澄は、親父は神村町で生きていた。車椅子の息子と一緒に。あの男は確か。あの子供は。その日から俺はその男のことを調べた。若くして自分の組を立ち上げた荒川真澄のことは町で聞けば知る人間も多かった。だからいろんな話が聞けた。車椅子の子はずっと歩けない体だということ、それが生まれた夜に重い低体温症にかかったせいだということも。
よせ、マサト。
なんで僕の足だけ歩けないの？みんなは歩けるのに僕だけなんで？
その言葉はそれから何日もずっと耳の中にこびりついて離れなかった。子供のことがなくても俺はいずれヤクザにでもなるしかなかったような人間だ。ずっと半端な人生だったからな。そして考えた。
本当に構わねえんだな。一度交わした杯は二度と戻せねえぞ。
はい。もし杯をくれる人間を選べるなら荒川真澄を置いて他にはないと思った。
それなら飲み干せ。
殺しの荒川組はその頃なかなかの羽振りだったしな。
殺しの荒川組はその頃なかなかの羽振りだった。それがおやっさんから杯をもらった理由か。違いますよね。あんた若のそばにいるためにおやっさんと杯を交わしたんだ。そうでしょう。そのこと若は知ってるんですか？
さっきも言った。他人にこの話をしたのはこれが初めてだ。墓まで持っていくことになるもんだとずっと思ってたからな。
じゃあなんで俺らには。
俺からも聞きたいことがあるからだ。
聞きたいことなんですか？
さっきのコインロッカーの話にはまだ肝心なとこが抜けてると思わないか？
肝心なとこ？
親父に連れ出されたのが俺の子だったなら、親父の本当の子はどこに行った？
そういや、
親父の女は名前を茜さんと言った。そして親父と知り合う前は桃源郷ってソープで働いてたらしい。
桃源郷ってそこは俺の生まれだ。
ああ、今から言う話はあくまで俺の想像だがな。あの大晦日の夜、茜さんは腹ん中の子供ごと命を狙われてるとそう電話で知らされた。慌てて産婦人科を出た彼女は逃げる途中で産気づき、どこか埋める場所が必要だった。追われる身で少しでも安心して埋める場所、それは昔自分が勤めていたソープ桃源郷だったのかもしれない。するとそういえばその日その場所で生まれたって男がいたな。
まさかそれじゃまるで俺が。まさか
親父がコインロッカーから若を連れて行った後、俺はもう一人の赤ん坊を見ている。
どけ
騒ぎが収まった後も、俺と彼女はずっと動き出せずにいた。死ぬはずだった子供が救われて、あとはもう知らん顔してりゃいい。少し安心した気持ちにもなってた。でも、なぜあのヤクザはあんなに必死になって赤ん坊を助けたのか。泣き声で気づいたにしても、誰かに声をかけることもしねえで助けたのはなぜか。安堵と疑問が複雑に絡まって頭が破裂しそうだった。でもその理由はしばらくして分かった。
店長、ロッカーってこれですよね。鍵のかかってないロッカーだ。片っ端から開けてみるぞ。わかりました。
あの人たち何してるの？
わかんね
まさかこれか。いいね。あ、言いました。店長、言いました。ここです。いたのか。ああ、そっか、いたか。ってことはうまくいかなかったんだな、受け渡しは。あ、
嘘。赤ちゃんがもう一人。
どうすんです？警察に届けたりとか。いや、少しの間預かっとく。茜ちゃんが迎えに来るまでな。あの子大丈夫なんすかね。命を狙われてるとか言ってましたけど。
そん時になってやっと俺は分かったんだ。赤ん坊の取り違いが起きちまったってな。
What are the odds, huh?
赤ん坊の取り違い。
ロッカーにお前を託した茜さんは、その後氷川興産に捕まるまで逃げ続けていた。その間、受け渡しが失敗した時の場合に備えて、赤ん坊がロッカーにいることを信頼できる誰かに伝えた可能性は高い。残された赤ん坊を取りに来た二人組が誰だったのか俺は知らん。しかしそれがお前の育ての親、ソープの店長春日二郎だったとしたら、お前は荒川真澄の息子だ。
バカ言え、そんなわけが。
親父との DNA 鑑定をやることができれば全部はっきりする。だがそれまではあくまで想像の話でしかない。俺の話が必要のないたわごとだと思うなら忘れてくれ。
待ちなよ。清流会の会長を殺しといてこのまま逃げられるとでも？
なら好きにしろ。どうせ俺にはもう先がねえ。青木亮に荒川の親父を殺せと言われて、俺はそれを断った。その時点で若は俺を切り捨てるつもりでいたんだ。だから俺に星野会長を殺せっていう無茶な命令をしたのも、もはや俺は三下の鉄砲玉みてえな使い方くらいでいいと思ったからだろう。
なんだと？
頭、おやさんを殺したのがあんたじゃねえんなら、誰がおやさんを。
確証はねえが、頭補佐の石尾だかもな。奴が今若のお気に入りだ。荒川の親父が死んで以来のな。
石尾だ。あの野郎がおやさんを。
沢城、おめえはこのまま行かせるわけにはいかねえ。本当ならこの手でぶっ殺してやりてえとこだが、まっとうに罪を償え。
まっとうにか。今まで俺の人生にそんなことは考えたことなかったよ。
그거 믿을 만한 정보 맞아? 그렇군. 혹시 또 뭐 나오면 연락해.
どうした。
星野会長が狙われていると、そう教えてくれた匿名のタレコミですが、ネタ元はどうも沢城本人だったようです。
何？
なんで沢城が自分からバラしたんだ？
つまり沢城は星野会長を殺したくはなかったんでしょう。彼は春日さんに自分を止めて欲しかったのではないでしょうか。が、あなたに直接それを伝えれば、はっきり青木亮を裏切ることになる。ですから、匿名で情報を流し、星野会長が殺される前に、あなたが間に合うかどうかを天運に任せた。
でも私たちは間に合わなかった。
いつも無茶なことばかり言いやがるんだ。あんたは。頭。
Maybe somebody will give me some proper whiskey stones or something for my wedding. Never know. Sphere makers. Yeah, that would be better.
そん時になってやっと俺は分かったんだ。赤ん坊の取り違いが起きちまったってな。お前は荒川真澄の息子だ。
ああ、40年前の大晦日、茜があいつが赤ん坊を産んでる場所は桃源郷なんだ。まさかが祖父でそんなわけねえのによ。もしかして大家さんはずっと俺を自分の息子だと。おやさん、くそ、どうして。
何なんだよ急に。みんなお前のことを心配して。
話をつける。
え？誰と？
青木亮と話をつける。
話つけるってどうやって？だいたい奴が今どこにいるかも。
なら久米に聞く。あいつはどこだ？若の居所を聞き出す。
ああ、久米だったらまたどっかで街頭演説かもな。とりあえずブリーチジャパンの事務所じゃねえか。
事務所？白陵ビルか。今から行くぜ。
おお、わかった。俺らも行くからよ。
ちょうど呼び行こうと思ってたとこ。
近江連合の皆さんです。名乗るつもりはないようですがね。
連中こっちを見てるだけだ。
そうなんだけどさ、ただどんどん数が増えていくんだよね。
何はともあれ俺らが気に入らねえってとこか。
そいつはお互い様だな。おい、出かけるんだ。邪魔しねえでくれよ。は、そこにいたいんなら勝手にしろ。俺らは行かせてもらうぜ。は、いいね。もう細けえ理屈はいらねえようだな。なら遠慮しねえでかかってこいや。邪魔や言うてるや。
さあ、やりましょうか。
Oops, I forgot to switch area out. That's fine. We'll make it work. I get people giving me shit for having a stubby cooler, but even if you are necking them, beers warm quick here. Yeah, that's always my problem with beers in the summer or hot weather. Which summer I'm saying just because that's the only frame of reference that I have. Arakawa daddy assassin. I treated him like a son because he was. We infamous now. Alright, let's get this underway. You win a prize. You can do Love Drunk, right? Yeah. Yes, yes. They're all infatuated. Except for this dude. Also, during the cutscene, Show looked like if you guys are familiar with old like WWF or actually no WCW wrestling, like the NWO, he's like literally doing the fucking, I can't do it in camera frame like this. Reminded me of that. I'm aging myself here, but that's fine. Alright, pick them off one at a time. So damn, he's debuffed that hard and still. Hey now. Probably swap Nanba in here too. 700, so 1,700 damage in one attack. Fantastic. Yeah. We can leave Ari in here. She's lower level than everybody else. Just in terms of like physical attack, she's almost better than Psycho, which I didn't level her barmaid job, so I can't exactly say that. Yeah, double offensive buff and double defensive debuff on the enemies. Wrecking shop easily.
Oi.
Hey, Ichiban, is dealing with the Omi Alliance just going to be our lives now? There's no end to them.
Ah,
I don't mind taking hits right now. Charging forward without having to think about it is a nice change of pace. That's one way of looking at it. Guess we'll just keep it up until we find Kume. Most elections don't end with one candidate kicking in the other's door. If this was an honest election, then Arakawa-san and Chairman Oshino would still be alive. You're right. Let's go. I think before we hit, sometime before we hit Chapter 15, I'm gonna try and finish off the business management portion of things, since we've gotten a bunch of people recruited through our travels. See if we get anything cool out of it. Other than the obvious bond level with Eri. She doesn't have a... Yes, she doesn't have an area effect, but... Smoke bomb. I haven't seen the attack, so we had to do it. Yeah, we can go down this way, do this little mission, and then get a free heal. Yeah, now it straight up feels like we're over leveled. But as we kind of said before, Majima was the measuring stick. Like if you could beat Majima, you're set for a while. Because Sawashiro was arguably nothing. I think I had to heal once, like in desperation, maybe. Alright, there's our client. Maybe we'll switch Nanba back in here for... switch him in for that, and then actually, yeah, that works. Everybody else is level 53 except for those three, so definitely want them in the active party. 10,000 yen for a single glass of beer? That's absolute insanity. I got a part-time hero straighten this out.
骨が折れそうだね。始末にあげてやるよ。ビビってんのか。
さて
かかってこい。ほら来いよ。どういうの今のうちだ。
叩きのめすいっ
ほら来いよ。なめ
If we're gonna get free MP regain, why not? I've been so hesitant to use my good attacks, and I think that was what... I think it's what kind of hurt us when we got to Majima. A little bit, at least. Cut this man. What a ripoff. Good thing you're here to handle it. Guess they don't call you heroes for nothing. Take care now.
任務完了。
Eye of the Dragon, high quality cloth, first aid kit. So the other thing we can do is these missions. All right, let's hop over here. Because who doesn't want a free heal? The other thing is if we're hanging around Ichinjo, Ijincho, then potentially what was I gonna say? That potentially we could do switch jobs out and level a bit. Like, if there's any jobs that we haven't done for people, you know, the first, like, 5 to 10 levels per job are easy to get. And every 5 levels is a permanent stat bonus. So it's probably worth our time. Let me heal. Alright, what do we want to do next? Don't see any particular side missions. We still haven't found the toilet paper. However, we do have another part-time hero mission up here, so we can certainly do that. Trying to do like time management in my head here. It's like, what can we get done in the time that we have left? We still need to raise 20 million to get the crafting up to the highest level. I definitely want to have what I assume is going to be like the highest level bat for Ichiban going into the final chapter. If it's not a total pain in the ass and it doesn't require special items. If it does, maybe we won't worry about it. Actually, I think we can also go to the pawn shop. You know what? Let's do pawn shop. Hit this taxi up to the park. Because I know we have a platinum plate in hand. Something so satisfying about smashing people in the face with cakes. Totally overkill and unnecessary. The straight right hand. Even Ichiban's regular attacks. It's almost like we should switch him back to like his freelancer class for enemies of that caliber. Anyway. Heard about the Kappas? I haven't heard. Rumor has it there's 10 Kappas hiding in Yokohama, and if you snap a picture of each one, you'll have good luck. You know what I like about this Kappa right here? Though? It's got a cute butt. Wonder what the other Kappa's butts are like. The fuck is wrong with you, kid? You weirdo? There. Got a picture. Not of a statue's butt. Alright, let's sell some things off. 3 gold plates. Thought we had a platinum plate, but maybe I'm crazy. No, there we go. Cool. We do need the 20 mil to donate. So let's put a little investment in there for now. And just double check that there's nothing we can strengthen gear. Okay, so facility rank not high enough. Not anything that we're using. The table sparkling. I wonder if there's an item for each class. Kind of like the bulletproof shield. The sadistic whip becomes the whip of anguish. We'll improve this for Adachi. Also, the nameless katana, yeah, nowhere near what we have now. But again, we could see some double-digit gains. I think we're okay for right this second, unless we're gonna switch somebody back to Queen of the Night, which we don't even have enough for that. So, all right, let's give her 2 million. So, are you bored with this area? You can leave anytime. All right, up to the park. And I think maybe we'll, I don't need a marker on that. What am I doing? We'll do this mission, and I think maybe we'll end off on business management, and we'll see if we can get it leveled up to the top. Maybe even the top 10. We got a biker boss, though. These are kind of scary since they have the explosive rod, for lack of a better term. You know, maybe I should have debuffed, but whatever. Also, we can do this for massive damage. Takes care of a couple of them. He's the embodiment of debuffs. Thank God that missed. I don't think it would necessarily would have been a problem, but you never know. Are you weak to anything that Nanba has? Probably not. We'll get June back in there for him. Help expedite the process a bit. All I gotta say is I'm glad I'm dodging these. He's drunk, he has a cold, he's on fire. The only thing we didn't do is debuff him on in terms of defense. Give him the big old slash. Nice. Helps a reliable man around, especially in times like these. Too bad they're so hard to find. Anyway, you'll be the one I call if anything happens again. Easy 100 grand there. Alright, I need to step away for just a couple minutes. Not a full break or anything like that. Just gonna see the lady off to work, and I will be right back, and we will do some business management. All right, we are back again. Let's see if we who we got for business management. Like I said, I know we've been running into a lot of high level or high rank people throughout Ijincho and as well as Sotenbori. So naturally, we should be able to boost up our sales quite a bit. We have rookie numbers, we need to boost them up. I don't have a gold key, right? Yeah. Which I don't even know if I've even found a gold key. I'm really trying to think. There's probably some game mechanic that I'm missing. Like I'm supposed to like steal from high level enemies or something like that. Yuna is applied. Craftsman Sako is applied. Yeah, all these dudes. And child labor. All right, we have 307 million. Do we have... Okay, we have one open property slot. Okay, so we need to do 312, I think is the most expensive one. So we'll do that, and then we'll open for business, and then we'll buy that one, and then we will put in for that business and sub out anybody and fire people if need be. You know, I didn't even check the morale of my employees. I'm an idiot. But good news is previous me left things in a good spot. Low, probably. Sounds safe enough. I'll bite. I don't have that kind of money. So-called investor? No. None of these are worth it. What? Really? This is an insult, giving me this guy. Anyway, let's buy property. Let's buy the most expensive property we possibly can. Here's a pile of cash. What say you now? All right. Lady? Just... All right, then. I don't even remember these people. Well, that guy's awesome at product. We're gonna hire them all, probably. Oh, we're too poor. Ah, okay. That's fine. We'll make this work. 10K gets you almost murdered in the bum camp, but sure. Just walk around with 312 million on a trolley. Right. All right, who's the best all-arounder we can use here? Maybe this dude. Actually, we'll use this dude right here as the leader. And then the service is good. Oops. No. No. Might need to do some shuffling here. I don't think I have anybody who can boost this over the threshold anyway, so except for Clara-chan, which probably not gonna work. All right, where is... This, that one's fine by itself. I need somebody with high notoriety that we could swap out. Can we swap you out here? No. Darn. Let's try that. And then... Man, it's so close. I did not manage my money very well this round. Technically, all we really need to do is operate it once to get another decently ranked person. All right, can we upgrade this building? 11 mil. So close. So close. It's like a little puzzle. We can make this work somehow. This guy's much better at that place, which leaves a gap here. I can literally use anybody for this. Ichiban Confections is way over leveled in terms of product. Like massively. He's even better than this dude, honestly. Let's do that. Yeah, so if I use you, well, that won't work. That makes it so close. Leader mode. Yeah, I don't have anybody with enough notability other than Clara, which would be a waste here. So we'll have to leave that as is. Is there anybody who can fill this gap? That's unassigned currently. You'll get 2 out of 3. You'll get 2 out of 3. We might have to leave that one in the red for the moment. We may not have a choice here. Because no matter what we do... Well, meaty barter's the new one, so that's fine. Yeah, service is missing. I feel like he would be a good leader. So we have one property. Only one property in the red. That's fine. And then... What do we have that's on the... Oh, this guy's on the sign. Hold on. We get really damn close, but not quite. After one little, one run, I think we'll have enough to boost those up. And then we'll be making all of the bank. Oops. You know what? We're gonna do it anyway. 2 reds. Actually, let me look at this again. 2 reds. I've got 2 blues on the board, so that's good. 2 greens. I think we'll be fine. We're not at a good start, but we can salvage this, I think. They're all mad. Sit them down. Actually, let's use this dude. He's cheaper. Sojimaru is like the nuclear option. But, fuck. Great, so you need red. Keep hitting him. Blue. Alright, we might need to use our apologize powers here. Alright, this should be good enough. Should have this in the bag. Open the sake. Alright, where are we going? Just 1 rank up. Oh, we just get a cool 1 million yen? Very nice. Alright, so We have to spend 3 of our 5 million, and then we'll make 88. So
営業開始だ。
this will work out.
いいね。
今日はついてるな。
こいつはラッキー。
今日はついてるな。
うまくいったな。
うまいこといきましたな。
うまくいった。
完了。今回の営業結果です。素晴らしい結果ですね。
みんなよくやったぞ。株価アップだ。
All right, now we can commercial time slot. Yeah, let's commercials are always fantastic. Do that first, and then for our properties, we'll upgrade. We need 20 million for this, 21 million for this guy, and 20. Ugh. I don't know if any of these are really that great. I mean, especially if we're already meeting or exceeding here. We'll grab this guy and then we'll just continue on. See if we can do any better on our properties here. That one's fine. The camera place could certainly use some upgrades in terms of sales volume and all that. Do you have anybody better on... Yeah. This dude's better. Yeah, 9 million. We probably need to do another round of sales, which we're at least above on every single property now. So I think we're okay. And then we're gonna fucking murder it on the commercial here.
美しき街横浜で産声を上げてうん十年。目まぐるしく変化する時代の中、私たちが決して変えなかったもの、それはこだわり抜いたせんべいの味とお客様を大切に思う気持ちです。あなたの笑顔を作る企業でありたい。笑顔が一番。私たちは一番ホールディングスです。
Wasn't a new commercial. Feels bad, man.
おっぱなめるか。いいね。ダメだダメだ。よっしゃ。いいね。
ついとらんの。
うまくいったな。
うまいこといきましたな。
うまくいった。
完了。今回の営業結果です。素晴らしい結果ですね。
みんなよくやったぞ。株価アップだ。
That's the other thing. We haven't even trained all these new people yet. Speaking of which, yep, pay him off. All right. He's good at product development. So let's have a look. That doesn't have an open product development slot, so that won't help. Hironaka is better. Honestly, you could get replaced. But I can't fire her. That's the real problem. Alright, upgrade time, I think. Alright, that's maxed. That's maxed. Could probably go again. Especially during an advertisement period. Just read an article that reports that a new PS4 update is bricking some consoles, FYI. Well, you know what? It's a good thing I haven't even turned mine on in probably 2 months. But no, that's a very good heads up. I appreciate that. I was kind of considering some of the newer games, like Ghost of Tsushima. I wanted to look at, but then you said how open world syndrome it is, so I was kind of less gung ho about it. Don't have an auto update? No, I don't have it in rest mode. The most bloat ever. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I could pick it up for cheap, like that would be good. Can I get rid of anybody? Or is it literally just her? Oh wait, he's not assigned anywhere. Oh, I could have just let him go. Damn it. Oops. I just promoted him. You know what? Goodbye. I can't fire Grandma. We cut down our surplus labor costs, so that's good. Trying to think, there was another game for, oh yeah. I need to finish Persona 5. And yeah, Ghost was probably the only other game that I was looking at for PS4 specifically. Otherwise, you know, it's like sitting like 2 feet to my right. It's more or less collecting dust at this point, unfortunately. But yeah, if I can ever have the option to, you know, play it on PC, I'm probably going to do that just because FPS snob. Or not FPS. Yeah. Frames. We need all the frames. I'm just blowing so much money without even thinking about it. We can't do that without disrupting things. For here, we could probably boost this one more time. And then we're good. Spend $9 million to keep people happy. Eastward's pretty. Excuse me. Eastward is pretty fun so far. I did wishlist that game, so it's on the list of things I need to get to. Which never-ending backlog, as I'm sure you can all sympathize with and understand. Also recommend The Forgotten City. We will have to take a look at that one as well. the only surplus labor cost is her, so it is what it is.
よっしゃ営業開始だ
営業モード起動。おお、ラッキーじゃのう。
こいつはラッキーだなおいいねうまくいったな
完了。
So we're gonna make all of our money back.
営業結果です。素晴らしい結果ですね。
よっしゃみんな株価アップだ
株主総会がやってきました。
Alright, I don't think there was anything else we could really upgrade here. Yeah, we would need somebody with high notability, or higher notability than the monkey. It's by a small team of 3. It started out as a quest mod for Skyrim. It's a detective-ish game with a time loop. Everybody's on the time loop trend. Not necessarily a bad thing, just commenting on it. Alright, that's maxed. It's weird how it does that. Trying to come around, you wonder how that happens. Yeah, it's, like, honestly, roguelikes have had a bit of a turn recently, and yeah, games with time loop mechanics have also become a trend. Which I'm particularly happy with how roguelikes are, because, you know, those are games that I typically really enjoy, even if they're frustratingly hard. Alright, we might need to train some people up just a little bit. Alright, 2 blues, 2 greens. So 2 blues means I need another green maybe in here. Which I don't know if we have anybody who's particularly good yet. We have a level 3, which isn't great. And a level 19. That's probably about as good as we get. Alright, so 2 greens, 2 blues. I'm almost thinking I could just leave it. I've got all bases covered here, pretty much. Let's just try it. Plus, we're already starting at 60% support anyway, so we might be okay. Red. Blue. Green's got the multiplier. Sit down. Keep it on green. Goodbye. Blue. So we'll hit him twice with this. And then once with that. Do that to get the multiplier up. Oh, I was already on it. Get tucked down from a monkey.
望したな。綺麗はままごとだ。
End this man's career.
言うことはねえよ。
これにて
はい。
定期株主総会が終了いたします。
That's right.
それでは最高の株主総会だったな。株価アップだ。上がってきたぜ。
ランキングがアップしました。
1.2 million. We're almost cracked the top 5. Which at this point we're kind of just printing money. I don't know if there's anything that we actually need to do. We could potentially have a look at our worst properties like this one and get a new one. Let's see what we got. 238 million. 282. 290. I think 290 is the one no, 298. We have a winner. So we'll trade out the strip club for this. Perhaps. After another round of business.
よっしゃ、営業開始だ。
Although, unfortunately, we're not running an advertisement campaign anymore, so... Won't make quite as much. Only 137 million in sales.
素晴らしい結果ですね。
よっしゃ、みんな、株価アップだ。
Another 5 mil. Sure. $392 is what we need. Man's got a knife, and he looks like he's gonna do something bad with it. I don't think I want to hire him. Alright, let's get that property, huh? So we want... Yeah, we can't get rid of Ichiban Confections, unfortunately. Cat Servant is the worst property, and that'll give us 142 million. Goodbye. And then the 298 here. Give me that. Who else is unassigned? You. We may have to, like, upgrade right out of the bat. Right off the bat. This guy seems like a good fit here. You have good notoriety, and who's the last one? Not so good on service. He would make it close, but I think that would screw other property that we have. So let's just throw that in there for now and then upgrade the property. And I think we're good.
よっしゃ営業開始だおっぱずめるかいいね
エラーが発生しました。
今日はついてるな
想定以上の状況です。
ダメだうまくいったな
完了いたし
うま
ました。
くいったなうまくいったな
今回の営業結果です。素晴らしい結果ですね。
みんなよくやった
So that one, the new property is not quite making as much yet,
ス
but
ピードがアップしました。
we're getting there. Not sure it's a bridge I want to cross. Then no. I feel like we always have an instructor. Like at all times, there's somebody. Anybody at level cap? You are. Any little bit helps. The chef man needs to be promoted. He's definitely helped in terms of board meetings and the like. Yeah, we can't promote Clara anymore, so that's fine. 30 is the level cap anyway, so cool. We're an equal opportunity employer. Despite people's sexual desires. I don't know, if you show up with a ball gag, I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, we could potentially promote all these dudes to contractors. It'll just make us better. Great success. Oop. Yeah, other than like cycling out our lowest properties, I think we should be good. Obviously, hitting rank 1 is, you know, probably going to be through board meeting, a couple more board meetings. Alright, shareholder meeting. We're fine. Double green. Double blue. Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
株主総会
それ
決算報告をさせていただきます。
ありがとうございました。それでは質疑応答に移り
This lady again.
私の考えではちょっといいですか。
ここまでにしとくわ。ご質問のある
All bark, no bite for that lady.
私の考えではちょっといいですか。私の考えでは
Hiranaka's getting his work in already. Damn.
ご質問のある株主の方は
So just move on down the line.
地元では施設な運営と言われます
Blue.
ズバッと言うと
Red.
今日はここまでにしましょう。
ご質問のある株主の方
let it replenish a bit since we have some time on the investors here.
落ちるだけだな。私の考えでは。を甘く見すぎなんだ。
Should be able to finish this off.
周りの会社は
聞いてください。
定期株主総会を終了いたします。
You know,
最高の株主総会だ。株価アップだ。
honestly, the investment to this Soji was the best. I think was the best 1 million we've spent in the entire game. Because that has been our best business asset by far. Oops. Alright, so if we upgrade property there, we will meet these two, but then we will be lacking in notability. So we would need a leader with higher notability there, so not necessarily a good idea. We've got some room to grow here. Same kind of deal here. If we up the sales volume, we'll be short on product and service, which can't really do much. We just need better people manning the business. I think this is good enough. Just double check that our employees are good, and let's do it. Like I said, if we're clearing 134 million in sales each time, it's probably fine. And the karaoke business is the next one to go, I think. Oops. 238, 290 is probably the next one. 290. 290, I think, is the one. Let's run another round. Not only do we need the cash to buy it, it's also the money to upgrade the building should our employees not be quite good enough. Oh, good. Profit, sure. I won't complain for a second. All right, let's sell the karaoke place. 290 is the one. Alright, who else is not assigned? You're there for notability, and she would actually be decent for service. Yeah, she's actually better. It's unfortunate. Honestly, if we If we promoted her and trained her, she would probably break that threshold.
彼氏見る目があるの。
4.5 million just to bump her up.
勉強になったの。
Less we have to spend, honestly. Maybe one more round. $150 mil. All right, which employees are not assigned? This dude. You know what? I think we might potentially be able to can him. Because he's technically worse than most others. Goodbye. No surplus labor costs.
よっしゃ営業開始だこいつはラッキーいけないなラッキーうまいこといきましたなラッキーじゃん
Yeah, 150 million per round. Approximately, anyway. Probably do a little bit better, too, since we fired that last dude. 163. Nope. This dude's been trying to join our company for the entire time. And, not having it. Boardroom, I don't think we need to change a thing. I almost wish that we could just skip this part.
今日はついてるないいね今日はついてるなこいつはラッキーそううまくいったなついてないなうまくいったなうまくいったな
今回の営業結果です素晴らしい結果ですね
よっしゃーみんなよくやったぞ株価アップだ
Almost got that number one spot. 3 million to keep everybody happy. It's just pocket change now. Anything we need to upgrade here? Alright, this property is not going to do any better by itself. Again, same problem there with notability. I think we can do one more round here. Yeah, same kind of deal here. If we hadn't spent so much, we would probably be fine. But we'll start at 50%. The shareholder meetings are kind of a formality at this point, as long as I don't extremely screw up. Just get rid of the people that are mad first. Blue. Letting it stew for a minute just so we can get a little bit bigger of a boost.
質問のある株主の方は、
はい。
俺がいい会社は
私の考えで
Trust him when he says it's not his first rodeo.
皆さんの不安をお伺いします
Not mine either,
ご質
bud.
問のある
誠に申し訳ありません。
ご質問のある株主の方は挙手をお願いいたします。
会社の人気が低いんですよね。はっきり言いますけど、今日はお困りにしましょう。
これにて定期株主総会を終了いたします。
I went from totally not understanding this minigame to, like, I'm almost doing autopilot on it now. You know, at this rate, per shareholder meeting, we could almost get, like, we could almost raise the 20 million there for the crafting workshop.
営業モード起動
いいね。ダメだ。
想定以上の状況が
うまくいった
完了いたします
ツアー完了。
うまくいったな。
40 million for that one property? Very
今回の
nice.
営業結果です。素晴らしい結果ですね。
よっしゃー。みんなよくや株価アップだ。
Seems reliable enough, but still I wonder. You know what? Let's do it. Commercial time slot? You got it. It's like, I don't want to boost my sales.
よっしゃ。営業開始だ。
美しき街横浜
Unfortunately. I think we've gone through all the commercials that they're going to give us.
起動
いいね。
エラーが発生しました
いいね。うまくいった
完
な。
了いたしました
ツアー完了。
Look at those sales.
今回の営業結果です。素晴らしい結果ですね。
みんなよく株価アップだ。上がっ
ランキ
てきたぜ。
ングがアップしました。
Rank 3. Huge success. Hey, this guy looks pretty damn good.
よろしく頼む。
I certainly feel like there was one property, if I went further on sales, it would have put it over the edge, and I needed more service, but it wasn't this one. This one needs notability from the leader as well as service, which we could, meet one of the 3 criteria there, but overall, no. Man, same thing there. If I get... Alright. I think we can get away with this by promoting everybody here. And then upping them. That one's a little too much of a gap. I think... That one I don't trust either. That's maxed. Alright, so we need to do employee management. I believe for you.
嬉しいね。
And who is the other one? Smiling guy. Okay, so do that.
さらに頑張るぜ。勉強になったぜ。
think that gets us up to where we need to be. Yeah, clean board. Excellent. And then keep printing money. Ichiban Confection is really holding us back from our potential. Yeah, I'm gonna say 750K for 3.4 million. Looks like a bit of a scam to me. Oop. Yes. We always have $1 billion in management funds. Maybe we should take a look at our properties once more after this. Whatever our lowest sales volume is. Blue Merino, we haven't upgraded fully yet, so. I mean, she's got good stats for the board meeting, but I don't think it really does much for us. Great and great. No reason to change anything. We're even less mad this time. Oh, I should have ended him. Give it a moment to stew. Claire is cheap, so I can just keep spamming as much as I want to. Yeah, 30 is the max level for the investors and everything. It's like, it's literally just a matter of time. Oh, we didn't even change rank. That's surprising, actually. That's maxed. Although we need slightly better product development. That'll be really close. It's possible that Sojimaru will be able to make that up. We'll try it. It's going to be really unfortunate if that didn't work out. It's going to be really close. I knew it. All right, who is the person that can do that? Hironaka is the one for that, and then I can clear that one. I mean, that kind of works out. We don't lose anything there. Although it seems like a little bit of a waste. Notability would be a problem here if we did that. Same thing there. We won't make it on service. Perhaps if we upgraded our leader in that, we could make the product requirement, but we won't make the service one necessarily. Alright, I'm gonna let this run in slow mode while I use the restroom real quick, so we're gonna be right back.
売り上げ上げますよ。
ついてないの。
うまくいかないもんですね。
ダメだダメだ。いいね。いいね。
こいつはラッキー。
いいね。いいね。いいね。
うまくいかないもんですね。ついてないな。
うまくいったな。
ラッキーね。
ざっとこんなもんですね。
うまくいったな。
ツアー完了。
うまくいったな。
今回の営業結果です。素晴らしい結果ですね。
よっしゃー、みんなよくやったぞ。株価アップだ。
Oh, come on. Give me rank 2. I mean, he's got notability, but again, I don't think that does anything for us. Maybe if I shuffle around some employees, this could work. I don't think we have any like really strong leader types here. So I guess we just keep printing money. I think we've already cleared $1 billion at this point by a fair margin. There we go. There's rank 2. So we'll get the next board meeting. Will I think will be the one that gets us up to the top. Good, great. Not even worried about it. Again, don't really think there's like much we can do here. It's a pretty wide gap of notability. Yeah, especially if they're max level too, or about to be max level. Service. We would need somebody much better. We'd cleared product development, but we would need somebody better at service than him. Honestly, don't even know if it's worth it. Like, we have nothing that will drag us on. I think the only thing I can do is like maybe grab another property. So the camera place is now our lowest seller out of what we can actually get rid of. I can't remember the original cost of the camera place off the top of my head, but 282 was the next one, so I think we'll just swap it out for that and see where we get. Shouldn't matter though. You know, let's get to the next shareholder meeting and see if it does anything first, and then we'll see if we get it. We won't without clearing the last board meeting, but we'll see if it triggers the cutscene for it. 'Cause every other time it did. Or maybe we need the share price to be like... Oh, never mind. There it is. Finally in second place. All that's left is the Hosho conglomerate in first. Almost there. That mean Hosho's going to show up at our next shareholder meeting? More than likely. In fact, I'm sure a lot of Hosho's crew will be coming for us. Right. Well, it's just what I expect from the final battle. We'll just have to go all out. Give those bastards everything we got. Yeah, let's win this one, Kasuga-san. You know it. If anything, we can just get our board members the rest of the way there in terms of levels, and I think that's all we really need to do here. Yeah, there's no leveling there. You. Congratulations, you're a senior director. Take all of the training I can give you. Probably not even worth it. Who says we don't invest in our employees? Yeah, we screwed our sales, but that's fine. We'll get a 10% bonus, and this probably doesn't even really matter. 3 greens. Yeah, whatever. It's about time.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, well. Greetings, President Kasuga, Eri-chan. We thought we'd come ask you some questions today. Hope you don't mind. Like you guys are some big threat. We're gonna send your asses packing. Keep talking while you still can. I'll see to it that you fall. Prepare yourself. Bring it on, Hosho. Let's do it. We're starting out under 60% anyway, so people that are most mad, you. Ah, blue. Thank God we have Clara here. Green boy. Most cost-effective shareholder meeting participant in the world. Alright, he's gonna come up next, I think. It doesn't matter. As long as we pick somebody. This guy's dead. We'll use the apology. It doesn't even matter. This is already over. You know what? Why is there a chimp? Because Clara is the most cost-effective person in the shareholder meetings by far. That's why. Wait, we have a chimp. We have a chimp. We have a Roomba. They've been by far the best. Like the cleaning robot does the most persuasive damage to any shareholder. Like it's not even close. So you came back to us hitting the #1 spot and making a cool 2 million. Kasuga-san, we're #1 in the share price ranking. Hell yeah. We did it, Eri-chan. Yes, thank you so much. Impossible. I lost? How could I lose to some thug? You thinking I'm just some thug is exactly why you lost.
Hi.
Second in a beauty pageant, take $20. Impressive, Ichiban.
Ooh.
Nick, have you been here the whole time? Nice to see you again, Hosho. The minute you lost, everyone who'd kept quiet suddenly opened up all about the horrible things you've done. Seemed you weren't as liked as you led others to believe, huh? Running a business isn't all about making money. No matter how much profit you bring in, there's no point to it if you don't give back and try to create happiness for someone else. Ogatabe. He's just loaded with money and just keeps investing like a crazy man. You only thought of yourself and stepped on whoever you could to boost your way to the top. Look where that got you. You might try relearning the business, Hosho. Damn you. Ah! The fuck? Nick. Eri-chan. Thought I'd get a swing in. This is self-defense, right? Yeah, definitely self-defense. Nobody's gonna convict her.
これも彼氏のおかげじゃ。お主になら
抱かれてもいいぞだろ。気持ちだけもらっておくぜ。
いや、お主にならエリを嫁にやってもよいと思ってな。おばあちゃん、何言ってるのよ。ばばばばばばば。まんざらでもないくせに。のう、コケコッコ。コケじゃないわよ、まったくもう。ごめんなさい、春日さん。
いや、こっちこそすまねえ。俺みたいなおっさんなんかとくっつけられたらエリちゃんも嫌だよな。
え？あ、いや、そういうことじゃなくて、そのくっつけられるのは嬉しいんですけど。
え？
あ、いや、もう何でもないです。春日さん、鈍感なんだから。
嫁入りはまだまだ先みたいじゃな。
What's the best name for a chicken? This is pretty damn
もう
good.
その話は終わり。
さてこれからじゃが、横浜1位になったとはいえ、まだまだ安泰ではない。1位になってますます株主の要求もきつくなってくる。彼氏、まだ一緒に経営を続けてはくれんか？
私からもお願いします。一番ホールディングスには、私には春日さんが必要なんです。
みんなありがとうよ。もちろん俺もそのつもりだ。ここは俺の大事な居場所だ。これからもよろしく頼むぜ、みんな。
春日さん、はい、よろしくお願いします。
よっしゃ、横浜のてっぺんじゃ物足りねえ。次は日本一、世界一の企業を目指して頑張ろうぜ。
And then we try to take over the world.
笑顔が一番。
一番
ホールディングス。
Totally off sync. Kasuga can now use the skill Essence of Orbital Laser. Did we just get the GoldenEye satellite? Or the ion cannon? Eri Kamataki can now be hired in management. It's exactly what you think it is. That's fantastic. I want to assign Eri to something. I just want to see if she's any good. Maseko, ha! Could be. Oh wait, we have to hire her. Never. Why would I need to hire my own employee? That's it? I mean, she's not bad. But she's like no better than some others, but we can certainly. She's all around good. Maybe if we upgrade her, she'll be good, but alright, we've got #1 spot, so we don't need to do anything else. We've got the orbital laser, and I need to go use it on somebody. Let's find the poor soul who's gonna get the orbital strike. I'm gonna play Skatebird. You know, I don't know. It wasn't really on my radar other than hearing about it. You know, at this point, when we finish Yakuza, I still haven't played Death's Door, so probably want to do that one too. And I also have Disco Elysium, but I think Disco Elysium will be an off-stream game just to due to how much conversational dialogue there is in the game. All right, who's getting the orbital strike? Actually, no, you guard. You guard. 200 MP. Firing ion cannon. Oh, come on. It didn't kill them all. I mean, it almost did, but still. I wanted the full decimation. Oh well, you can't have it all. Alright, other than investing in the crafting workshop, because I think that's the last big thing we need to spend money on, is just improving weapons and armor and all that good stuff. So,